is Andriy Zakharlyuka, Team Leader of Business Development and European Business Association. Andriy will present us activities of European Business Association in Ukraine, key business indicators and reports. So we will ready to hear your insights, and Andriy, stage is yours.
Thank you very much for this opportunity to introduce European Business Association. Do you hear me well, and do you see the presentation?
Yes, we see.
Yeah.
And yes.
Okay, thank you. I represent Business Development Department of European Business Association, and also another association. It's Global Business for Ukraine. It's an extraterritorial arm of European Business Association, EBA. In total, we have in EBA we have 28 committees and 5 departments. I represent Business Development Department. So about the EBA in Ukraine, it is the biggest international business community in Ukraine. It works 25 years. At the moment, we have 925 members from 59 countries. 60% of this number of members, it's international companies that are already represented in Ukraine, that work in Ukraine. And 40% of the number of our members is local Ukrainian business. Mainly, we are introduced by middle size of business and big size of business. It's mainly. We also have startups and others. And also inside of EBA, we have additional project Unlimited Ukraine with 8,060 participants. It's micro business. We support also the growth of micro business in Ukraine. So the main activity of EBA is advocacy of business interest. It's improving business conditions in Ukraine for local or international business. So these are our main activities: advocacy. We also provide events for our membership companies. During the active business season, it's like on a daily basis. We organize online and offline events each day by several events. Inside of association, we have educational platform for the membership companies. Association is represented in the biggest cities of Ukraine. We have regional presence, and by the Global Business for Ukraine, we organize like global development or connections of Ukrainian business and international. As of lobbying or advocacy, in total we have 28 committees. As I said, during the last 3 years, we launched three committees. It's a Business Security Committee, Rebuild Ukraine Committee, and Committee on Lobbying and Transparent Policies. We also launched 2 working groups, like subcommittees, Cybersecurity Committee and Working Group on Veteran Policy. From 28 committees, we have 2 types of them. One type is open committee. It's like general, for example, tax, customs, regulatory committee, and currency regulations and financial services. All EBA members can join the meetings of these committees and can hear what could be changed on this field, and these companies could react on these changes. Each of the committee has regular meetings monthly, but sometimes we organize ad hoc meetings. And of course, each of committee organizes meetings with the government authorities connected to the activity of the committee. Also, we have committees, or we call it like hubs, human resources, marketing and communication, and corporate social responsibility. It's like committees or hubs for professional networking, for for providing joint projects among companies and starting new projects, let's say. We also, inside of EBA, we have 20 industrial committees. It is like niche industrial associations that act inside of big EBA umbrella association. Each of these committees, they have their management. Each of the committee have head by the committee represented by the business. The companies, they vote for the heads of each committee, and each of the committee has a legal partner that provides initiatives, law, text, and etc. So you can see here the full list, but if you would like to know in details, I can provide this information later. The main KPI of EBA activity is lobbying performance. For example, last year, in the year 2024, we had 216 collective initiatives. It's law and regulatory initiatives, and 73% from these collective initiatives were solved. This is our main performance. And also, we had 159 individual initiatives, individual cases. And traditionally, the effectiveness of our individual lobbying is higher. So last year, we had it on the level of 88%. EBA is quite known media platform for business, and last year we had 11,500 media mentions, like statements from EBA. Concerning to our events and networkings, what do we do? We organize business events with top government officials and lawmakers, meetings with the experts, with the embassies, international missions and organizations, business networkings online and offline, and online B2B meetings, let's say. For example, these are, if you see the screen, I hope these are examples of the top government officials with whom we had the meetings last year. And of course, we organize like the same levels this year too. For example, on the 19th of March, we will have general meeting with Priscilla Tofano, IMF resident representative for Ukraine. Some of examples of our events. One of the top important, it's a global outlook. We provide it on the beginning of each year. We had it in January. So it's an outlook from different industries about the status quo of in different industries and businesses and their forecasts. But also, for example, last year we firstly organized Europe Day. On that day, on that event, there was a Katerina Maternikova, representative of European Commission in Ukraine. Also, we are planning to organize this event this spring too. We hope we will have it. It was quite big. We had like 400, more than 400 representatives from business, diplomacy, and international organizations. We are active not only in Ukraine. We organize events in mainly in European Union. As Global Business for Ukraine, we have headquarters in Switzerland. So we organize events mainly in Switzerland, but also in Spain, in Germany, and other countries. And of course, you could hear probably about the biggest Ukraine Recovery Conference, which is organized yearly. We organize side events after this conference. We organized it last year in Berlin, before it was in London, and we work on organizing side event this year in Italy. One of the platforms that we have inside of VB is Management Development Center. I will say about this shortly. It's like a media academy that provides open lectures, trainings, and programs of development for our membership companies. Speakers there are members and also invited experts and guests that are leaders in each sphere. Topics could be different. We have these events from this center, several events, several lectures and trainings each week. A lot of activity by this. EBA has regional offices in the biggest cities. As I said, we have the biggest regional office. It is in Lviv, but also we are represented in Odessa and Kharkiv and Dnipro. Unfortunately, in Kharkiv, our office physically doesn't exist from the year 2022, but we have their representatives as our employees. And of course, we have a Kharkiv local business there. Even several companies, producers from Kharkiv region, they rejoined our association in the end of 2022 after the occupation, the territory, and Kharkiv is active with us. So this was mainly about EBA, European Business Association. We also have Global Business for Ukraine Association. Just for your understanding, it's a separate association mainly for international companies that are not yet presented on Ukrainian market, for the companies that are on this stage of first interest of doing business with Ukraine. And we match expertise and companies of this international potentials and EBA members. This is very shortly. We are mainly active in European countries, provide offline and online events. We also have analytical center. Just for your understanding, it's that we have our 12 indexes. Main of them like investment attractiveness index, business forecast, regional survey, tax, court, customs index, infrastructure, and small medium index, enterprise index. For example, two indexes we had in the end of February, and SME index we have now on the point of 2.3. For example, in the maximum, like last years, we have 2.5 in the year 2023. So if we compare with 2023 year, we have a small negative trend. But in the peak of COVID, this index was 2.2, so it was even worse than we have now in the end of February. And also we have renovation of a business at war index in the end of February. So just shortly, I can say that 75% of our companies at the moment, they operate at full capacity. And the most critical issues for our businesses mainly shortage of skilled workers, mobilization, occupation of territories, and economical instability, but it was in the end of February, so it could be changed. We have joint projects with Ukrainian West. It is called Investment Pipe of Ukraine. You can find it by a separate link, or also we have it on our website, OVB and Global Business for Ukraine. It is a platform where we put investment projects by companies, by businesses, and also by local administrations. Now we have 188 investment projects. This is very shortly. If you're interested in detail, I can share it later. As I said, we have a separate project, Unlimited Ukraine, which has 8,600 participants. They are not members of EBA, but we support small and medium business to grow. For example, last year we had a special project for this Unlimited Ukraine for participants, like export school, financial school, and others. So we provide information and we match them with EBA members. So thank you for your attention. These are my contacts, and if you have any detailed questions, I'm at your response. And if you would like to have any meeting online, I'm always ready. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrei, for interesting your presentation. And if any of our companies are interested in your activities, the contact will be relevant, I think. And one quick question for you. Could you briefly show in practical example how a BA membership helped foreign companies to join Ukraine rebuild activities or projects?
I can give you only one example. We have them, plenty of them. But for example, we have one member. It is called Global Clearance Solutions. The company is operating in humanitarian demining. It is a German-Swiss company. It's a producer. They joined us in, I guess, in the end of 2022. Just shortly, we helped them to get contacts, like very fast contacts with the government authorities, with ministers, that they needed to make faster their activities in Ukraine. We organized for them meetings with our companies, legal companies, that supported them with information how it is better to organize like representative office from tax questions and others. And also we help them with B2B matching. This is very shortly. We organize several offline and online events with this company. And this company started if I'm not mistaken, started in the year 2022 from 1 or 2 person maybe in Ukraine. And now they have more than 20, I guess. This is just one of the examples.
Thank you, Andrei, for sharing with us it. And I would like to thank you and introduce our next speaker online, Igor Marchuk.